girl chat video. So all my girls and my guys can come on. Let's talk real quick. So again, I got ChatGPT to ask me some girl talk questions. So yes, so we're gonna get into it. So the number one is called Girl Talk, things I wish I knew in my 20s. So the first subject is talking about relationships. It talks about relationships, confidence, friendship, money, and self-growth. So we're gonna get into relationships, things that I wish I knew in my early 20s, but I'm technically still in my early 20s, but I guess you could say a little bit earlier, maybe 21, 22. When it comes to relationships, I wish I just dated. Like, not like, when I say dated, I mean dated myself. I wish I dated myself a little bit more, but I did date myself. But I feel like if I would have dated myself a little bit more, I would be more like more healed. Yeah, be more healed when it comes to the relationship. But when it do come to relationship, you need to I guess you say, I just wish I just knew more about it. Like, I didn't have many experiences with relationships, so I wish I had more experience. But the relationship I am now, I feel like this was probably the best relationship, the best man that I've ever been with. So yeah. So it talks about confidence. I feel like confidence really starts at like home too, like the people around you, the people that you surround yourself with. So it's like, of course it starts within yourself. Like, do you feel confident enough? Sometimes I have days that I don't feel confident, but my boyfriend's always gonna remind me, like, no, you're this, you're that, and he's gonna push me to get to my goal, because I eventually want to lose weight. I want to get a breast reduction. The breast reduction is the main thing. Like, I'm tired of being known as, oh, you just got the big boobs, da, da, da. But I'm beautiful though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty. Okay. Period. So friendships, that's another one, because if you watch the video before then, I literally tell you how I did not know much about friendships before. I feel like I know more about what true friendship means, because I didn't really grow up with anyone in a home but me. Like, I literally have that, what they call it, the only child syndrome. But mine's not the bad to where I don't share. It's just that I never understood what friendship truly meant. So that's what I would say. I wish I knew more about friendship. I wish I had good experiences. Mine weren't the best, because there are things that I did because I didn't understand what friendship truly meant. So money, don't spend that shit. Don't spend that shit. Save. Like, I wish I saved. Save. I am good at saving now, but bills. And I'm going on vacation. I'm definitely doing good with like paying my bills early, but I still wish I knew more and saved way much more. Like, I want to be at the point where I save, where I be like, oh, okay, let me go spend a little bit on me. Now I gotta save a little bit, do a little bit. So I wish I did more saving on money. Self-growth. Self-growth can just be like that. Some things I wish I knew. Taking time out for yourself. Like, I was dating a lot, and I didn't take a lot of like a time out just for me for a while, until like right before I met my boyfriend. I had to the longest break of just like, I dated people, but I didn't take them seriously. And I know I hurt people along the way, but I was very honest. Like, I'm not looking for nothing, but you know, hey. So number 2 is, let's talk about dating in 2026. So they talk about green flags. We're going to talk about red flags, situations, and online dating. So let's get into, we're going to skip to the end, online dating. So in 2026, it's very, very rare that you're going to meet someone genuine online. Hence, I met my man online, and he's amazing. But that doesn't mean that I didn't have any bumps along the way. It doesn't mean that I didn't meet assholes. It doesn't mean that I didn't meet people who were disrespectful and only wanted one thing. It is very rare though. It's very rare, because again, people can put on a mask, or whatever the case may be. They can put on a good mask and literally act like, oh well, I'm this type of man, I'm this type of man. But in reality, when they show up and you show up to that first date, they ain't even in. Like, red flags to me are always when someone says something and they don't truly mean it, but their actions never show it. Right? A green flag is everything you're telling me you also showed me. So don't give me action. Well, don't give me talk if you can't even back it up with the action. So I already nipped them in the bud. Them green flags, the red flag. But the situationships, I have more situationships than anything. Now, if you watch Love Island, they did talk about how Kaida and I believe his name was Zach, how they was together. Was it Zach? Yeah, I think it was Zach. And how he was like, he just want to be exclusive. And they were just like, oh, well, that's a situationship. Honestly, in a way it is, and in a way it isn't. Just drop down below if you felt like that was a situationship, or was it they together. Because in my mind, a situationship is literally we're exclusive, but you can still talk to, because you can literally still talk to who you want to talk to in a situationship, but y'all just talk to each other. But that's dating in 2026 is altogether just we hear more about, we do hear about marriage, we do hear about relationships, but we hear more about situationships. People literally talk about like they like that. They liked being second, and that's not cute to me. Like, okay, on to number 3, the growth about female friendships, outgrowing friends, making new ones, and protecting your peace. Oh my God, this one right here made me emotional a little bit, because I literally told my mom the other day, the worst type of breakup is a friend breakup. Like the friendships that last 15 years, 10 years, those hurt so bad. And I recently went through that. But when I say I still love her to this day, I always will love her. I always will cherish the memories we make, or whatever the case may be. But you literally genuinely just outgrow people. It's so many people that I talked to when I was in school that I was cool in school, but I don't talk to them anymore. And it's not that I don't like them, we just outgrew each other. Maybe you have a family and I was living single at the time. So it's like, how can you put the two together? Because that's literally how some friendships were for me. Like, some people were in relationships, I was a single friend. So it was like, they boyfriend probably didn't want them to hang out with me because I'm the single friend. And unfortunately, that's sometimes how it is when people are also married. They don't want their friends to be hanging out with the single friends, but I don't be caring about that. But sometimes you just genuinely just outgrow them. I moved. So when I moved, I really did talk to many people that I saw every day. And some of those reasons was because they were married, they had a family, whatever. And it may have hurt my feelings a little bit, but the ones that hurt the most were the 10 years, the 15 years. Those are the ones that hurt the most to me, though. Like, that is one of the worst feelings that I've ever had. Like, I cried. I was sick a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Because now that I'm older, that's something I value. Like, I always want to have, not just to have friends, but to have sisterhood, like a sisterhood where I'm like, oh yeah, we've been friends for 5 to 6 years. Like, and then when I have my kids, we're friends, and their kids, and we're friends, we're friends, and then our kids are best friends. Like, that's something that I feel like is just so beautiful to me. So yeah, and I want to be my best friend's kid, godmom, whatever, So it's just, but that literally is one of the saddest things. And it says making new ones. Sometimes making new ones can be really hard because not everybody knows who you are. They don't know how you are when you are upset. They don't know how you are when you're happy, when you need space, or if you may not like to celebrate things and they want to do that. Like, it's just, making new friends sometimes can be difficult. It just depends on the person. And I always say that friendships are like relationships, because it takes two also to make the friendships work. And then it says protecting your peace. You always got to protect your peace when it comes to friendships in general. That hurt. In general, because it's just like, you want to be that friend that I'm always that friend that everybody goes to, but sometimes it's like, what about me when it comes to things that I go through, things that I feel? Sometimes I literally feel by myself. Like, yes, I can have friends, but that doesn't mean that they check on me every day. Like, I literally have days where I literally will call and text everybody and reach out to make sure they're okay. Now, do I get that in return all the time? No. But I do have some friends who will call me randomly. And they're like, hey, are you good? I enjoy that, though. I do like when my friends do check in on me, because I'm always been that friend to check in and make sure everybody's good, make sure they're straight, especially if I know you're going through something. Yeah, but me, I be wanting the same thing in return, like regardless if I'm going through anything or not, like make sure I'm alive. Like I'm a whole manager, and boy, that's why I got these bags in my eyes, but I'm gonna get right. Okay, it says answering your juicy girl talk questions. It says let your subscribers submit any anonymous questions. I gotta figure out how to do that. I might do that on so for number 4, I might go on my YouTube, not my YouTube, but go on Instagram and get people to just send me some questions to answer on here. That'd be cool. Number 5, things we need to normalize as women. Okay, so it says some bullet points was saying no, setting boundaries, therapy, and self-care. So no, when I say saying no has been one of the most amazing things that I do now, because it used to be so hard for me to say no to people, because I hated being that friend, be like, oh, she told me no, like, but it's just like goes back to the self-care part, because I have genuinely been sick because I couldn't be there for people and save people from the things that they were going through. But that's not my job. My job is to be that friend for you and always lend a hand when it's needed. But my job is not to, there's a thin line. My job is not to literally create your whole life and fix it for you. You have to be willing to fix it. And I feel like that was one of the things that I struggled with the most. Like, but now that I have set boundaries in my life in general, not even just friendship, just in general with anybody, because it's like, okay, no, I got to take time out for myself. So no, I can't go today. Even though in my heart, I'm like, dang, I just told someone no. But I'm like, I can't go today. Okay, my health comes first, because again, like I said, I'm a manager, so some days are so hard or harder than others. Today I may have drove most of my day, and then tomorrow I know I have to work by myself, so I can't go out today. Like, even though I want to go out and have a good time, but I know I'm not going to have a good time, so I have to say no. So saying no is one of those things, and setting boundaries is very important. The major thing is therapy. I've even thought about, getting into therapy, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I'm not 100% healed from, but it's very rare that you're ever going to be 100% healed from. But I feel like I deserve to talk to someone else who does not know my story, and maybe they can give me more feedback or to help me get over the anxiety for this thing and that thing. So I feel like therapy is a beautiful thing. If you do therapy, that I feel like that's wonderful. And self-care, that's literally in one of my vlogs. I decided to just randomly go get my hair blown out. I'm gonna insert a picture of how it looked when I first got it, but this humidity, it ended up frizzing up. So yes, so self-care can be anything. Going to get your nails done, going to get your hair done, going shopping, just going walking, whatever. Just do whatever, but it's just your day. You have to do that. I promise you that. I used to go to the movies as a self-care day. I used to go to the movies to be away from people, and I'd be in my little bubble by myself with my little popcorn or my little nachos and enjoying myself. So it's important that you do take the time out for